John Williams wrote for Richard Donner. Justice League one day. Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Wait, for real? Say, okay! Shazam?
First of all, I really gotta say, I loved your film. I wanted to leave the theater yelling out loud, Shazam.
But start that with go see Shazam.
Yes.
That's more helpful.
And end with April 5th.
I gotta ask you guys, like, you're basically Billy Batson's best version. You're the best specimen out there, muscular. So how did you approach him with that role, and how did you react?
I mean, the main goal was to find someone who was a big child at heart, which is
Guilty.
Zach.
Guilty.
I mean,
I'll
he
take it.
has that childlike enthusiasm and excitement about the world and everything, which feels very much genuinely like a child.
And that's that basically I'm just really grateful that they hadn't found their guy yet, and that I had actually auditioned for a whole nother role, and they saw that, and then they saw the Shazam in me, and when I didn't even see it, and then also, fortunately I had Jack and Asher and other kids around to kind of, just trying to vibe off of them, and and feel essentially what it is, their lack of responsibility that allows them to be so silly, and then reminding myself, okay, don't take things too seriously and try to be silly and try to enjoy this.
And a common question that is repeated throughout the film over and over again, flight or invisibility?
Flight, I mean, feels a lot more useful than invisibility. I mean,
there could be some really, probably some very good uses for invisibility, but I would go with, I think flight is a cooler thing to be able to do. Unless you can only fly like 2 miles an hour.
Still though.
You can float.
Yeah.
There's
That episode of X-Files where a guy gets invisible and gets hit by a car 2 seconds after. So it's like, that's what's going to happen, You're just going to...
Spoiler alert, I haven't seen that episode.
Shit. You don't know which episode.
It's me, it's Billy!
What is happening?
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
Can I...
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, right?
I gotta say, this movie really brought me back to being a child. Like, it reminded me of reading comic books and that idea of a kid being able to be a superhero. So, if you were given these powers when you were a child, how would you have used them?
Pretty much like Billy Batson,
Yeah.
I think, where very irresponsibly.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what we see in this movie. He tests out his powers in so many different ways, and they film it and put it up on YouTube. So I think the only difference would have been that YouTube wasn't around when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So not many people would have seen it. But I
agree. Yeah, you can't. I mean, just obviously Billy has a heart of gold. He's pure of heart, which is why he's chosen. But that doesn't make him somehow infallible to the temptations of power, as we learn in the movie. And also, which is kind of, I think, gives him a lot more layer and kind of journey as a character and what he's searching for and finding himself. But you would use it for all of the fun stuff, like every bit of it. And hopefully getting away with stuff that you're not supposed to do, like buying booze.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
And this movie obviously has a lot of references, a lot of Easter eggs. I picked up on a lot of them. Were those always intended to be in there?
most of them were, and some we added as we went along because it was just such fun. I mean, we were all sort of superhero fans, and we now had an opportunity to put in all of these DC references, and yeah.
There is a reference in the film. I mean, I think it's near the end of the film, but it hints at a arm wrestling contest.
Right.
It's a very iconic image from the comic books. Would you be down for that?
Oh, sure. Yes, 100%. I'd be down for any collaborations betwixt Shazam and other characters within the DC universe. I think that's part of what makes these universes actually so much fun. When I was reading comics, I still am reading comics, more graphic novels, but I loved when I would see one character literally guest star in another character's comic. It brought all those worlds together. You're like, oh yeah, like this and that, and they're doing stuff, and then they're fighting against each other, but then they're fighting with each other. So any and every bit that DC decides to, put me in other people's movies or other people in these movies, or, a Justice League one day. Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
And now, a very special bit of the interview, and I have to apologize up front because you're going to be exposed to my voice. I don't have the best singing voice ever.
Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Right, when you did that in the film, it didn't work out that well at first. But since this movie is part of a gigantic superhero universe, I compiled a list of a few iconic theme songs. A few of them I'm gonna hum to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A few of them I'm just gonna read out the lyrics because,
Okay.
The lyrics like na 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 na.
Well, I always give you a multiple choice.
All right.
So this is the first one. Ba, ba, pa, pa, pa.
Batman.
Yep.
Bum, 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 da, 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 da. Yeah, Tim Burton. Oh, that was Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman. Oh, so good.
You nailed that. Okay. And now I already heard you hum it before, but still. Ba, 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 ba.
Superman. Those are the lyrics.
Okay.
John Williams wrote for Richard Donner.
That was perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one might be a little tricky. I'm gonna do my best with this one, okay? I'm just gonna bleep out a few words because that would give away the whole idea of it.
Right.
When there's trouble, you know who to call. From their tower, they can see it all.
Ghostbuster. You know, in the Ghostbusters tower where they see it all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is it the Justice League? Is it the Suicide Squad? Or is it the Teen Titans?
I think it's got to be
Oh,
Teen
Teen
Titans.
Titans is up
right?
in there.
Yeah.
T.
Yeah, it's the Teen Titans.
Okay, good.
And the last one, I'm just gonna read out loud because no, I'm not singing that. I tried it at the hotel. I think they almost threw me out. So, all the world is waiting for you, and the power you possess, and you're set in tights, fighting for your rights.
To party.
See, yeah, there's the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That classic teen superhero movie from the 1980s.
Is it Green Lantern? Is it the original Shazam? Or is it Wonder Woman?
Oh, that just threw me. No, I think it's the original Shazam.
You think so?
I think it is because Wonder Woman
saying-
doesn't wear tights.
To parties? Yeah, I'll say Wonder Woman and I'll be wrong.
It's Wonder Woman.
Oh! X gets the square.